Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. What up, Ann? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It is arrived. We joked last week. We're ready for Mondays after a long weekend. I feel the same after this weekend too. So I love a schedule.
Well, and I haven't caught up with you because Chris was gone. So I was buried.
And Phil was gone.
Oh, interesting.
Single parenting weekend.
Yep.
I
Okay,
honestly,
same.
I had like 8 or 9 days by myself, and I just have I have a new respect. It was not new. I've always had respect, but I just like cannot give more credit to people who do it by themselves all the time.
I say that all the time. How do single parents do it? How do single parents do it?
Because it's not. This is what I said when Phil returned from the longest golf trip of all time. It felt like I can do it myself. I just don't want to do it myself.
Yeah, but it's so exhausting. So
Yeah.
we'll get into the highs and lows, but it's like I did it for 4 days and I'm like bone tired.
When the kids went to bed, I went to bed. And I put them to bed early. Like it was like early bedtimes the entire time.
I know. The math don't math for single parenting full time, but I wonder if there's just like other support structure, parents or nannies or
I know there's people,
give.
I know there's people without it though, and they're just badasses. They're baddies. I just can't give them enough credit. It's just like, good for you. You're amazing. You're stronger than anyone. Both male, female, doesn't matter. Like, good for you.
Totally. All right. Well, what's your high? Let's.
Yeah. Well, my high is today. Phil and I, because we had a couple days apart, decided to, once we dropped the kids off, we went and had a little breakfast catch up.
Cute.
And it was such a cute morning. We have this new bakery in town called Perrin Bakery that's downtown Franklin. And it's like a new, like trendy French bistro type of place. Good bakery. And they have like a casual go through the line and you cannot get a seat. The thing I love about Franklin is we embrace a new place. The thing I hate about Franklin is everybody wants to be trendy. So everybody is going to the trendy place for a while. And we have not been able to do a sit down dinner. Like you can go through and get croissants, but you can't sit down and have breakfast or lunch there. It's been booked. Like I've tried doing a reservation 2 weeks out. Can't get it. It's like really annoying. So anyways, we had to sit outside today with the flies, but we ended up having the best breakfast. I mean, now I understand why it's so trendy. The food was bomb.
What'd you get?
Well, Phil got this like blueberry lemon compote pancake. It was like thick. It was heaven. The butter was lemon. It was really good.
Okay.
I got like a soft scrambled egg and a croissant with boysen cheese. What is it? Boysen cheese and chives.
Just keep trying. I don't know how to say that.
Boy, it was good. Like it was like delicious.
Oh God.
So anyways, we had a good like breakfast. We had great coffee, good ketchup. But I have found that like after a long, like 8 or 9 days of not telling him my every thought every day, I had a lot to say. And he just didn't have as much to say. And it's like, is that every dynamic or do I just talk too much or like.
Well, these things are not mutually exclusive.
I'm like, you just came off of like 8 days with people. Like, give me the scoop. Tell me what's going on. It was like, he was like, yeah, okay, next. And I was like sitting here like rattling questions off, saying all the stuff that happened almost every waking moment of the day. I had a whole list of things I hadn't told him. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, similar dynamic over here. Chris was gone for 4 days for his buddy's 40th up in Tahoe.
That's fun.
I got invited. So I think my low was like a little bit of.
You couldn't go?
We didn't have anybody watch the kids. It like just didn't.
As we're going to say probably a lot today, the math ain't mathin'. It's sometimes
math didn't math for me to also go.
Right.
And truthfully, between back to school, which was last week.
Yeah.
And all the things happening with Sage Haven, it probably would have been stressful for me to go versus be here and just like get stuff done.
Yeah.
And it just like wasn't an option because we did not have a childcare plan and they were not invited to the trip. So anyways, of course he was going to be the one to go. It was his buddy. Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was the other way around.
I know. It crossed my mind.
Chris couldn't make it. I know he's your best buddy since grade school, but I'm here.
Yeah. But, we committed to support each other's fun and fitness.
Mm-hmm.
So certainly I will have, some weekends here and there that he's going to support me. So I don't mind him going at all. There is just the logistics of trying to do it all. Sounds like you were right there. So my low is just, my high was, despite him being gone, I put together a pretty good itinerary weekend that had a little time for just me. I had a sitter one night, and then I went with friends to the movie. We went to see Freaky Friday.
Okay.
Freakier Friday.
I loved the first one, and I saw your picture where you went. I can't wait to ask you about it because I want to see it. I don't know why. Is Lindsay Lohan still right? And
oh yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis made the movie. She is hilarious. Yeah. So it was fun. And I went with some girlfriends and their daughters. So again, it was like, there were some things in the weekend that were very joyful.
Yeah. I love that.
But the low was,
it's just hard.
There's no breaks, and I was utterly exhausted, and I was going to bed at 9 p.m. when I could. And
I tried to do, on Friday, I was like, we're going to have a fun movie night. And my kids have been a little anti-movie lately. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. So when they came in, they were playing outside for a while Friday after school. And when they came in, I had made homemade pizzas. And so I had a little dance. I was embarrassing Ace, we got pizza and a movie night. I was just trying to make it extra fun. I had a pallet on the floor.
Because you're a cool mom.
Because I'm cool. It was just exactly. Couldn't have been nerdier. But I was like, I'm just going to amp it up with fun, And I was like, we're going to have treat afterwards. It's going to be awesome. So long story short, we watched also a Lindsay Lohan movie, Parent Trap.
Oh,
it was awesome. They loved it. I tried to show him the original Parent Trap, and Ace was like, what's up with these girls? It was almost too old.
Yeah. Production value was too low.
Didn't translate. But Lindsay Lohan version, loved it.
Grace saw that at a friend's party, which I think this is also such a good idea for a party. But it's you have people over, you do a pasta bar and a movie.
Yeah.
And then they leave.
Yeah. I love it. You're really hitting up the pasta bar. What about a popcorn? I would have done a popcorn smorgasbord.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of smorgasbords. Yeah, popcorn. Just my point was, it's just so simple and not expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
But yes, she loved it also. But I'm glad you saw that. This will be a fun one. Have your kids watch the original.
Yeah.
Freaky Friday. And
that's
then
actually
do
a
this
good call.
As the sequel.
Okay. I'll try to push that for the next weekend. I think we're in town this weekend. This weekend can be Friday night, Freaky Friday. That sounds awesome.
It was really cute. So that was definitely a high.
Okay. I love it.
What was your low?
I always say this. It's I guess I'm just the opposite of independent. It's I try to be independent. Every time I'm by myself, I sing that song. INDEPENTDNT. Do you know what that means? Have you heard that song?
I have. I just wanted you to keep going.
I hope I spelled it right. I was trying to really think through that.
I was trying to.
It's it was the only way I learned how to spell independent back then. Long story short, Lola was about to go to bed 4 or 5 days ago. So this was in right in the early stages of Phil being gone.
Okay.
All of a sudden a spider comes crawling. Ace runs in. He also sees said spider. It disappears. We can't find it. We were trying to kill it.
In your room?
In Lola's room.
Okay.
We couldn't find it. Ace was like, I think it was poisonous. It's Ace, pipe down.
Yeah, zip it.
We couldn't find it. She freaked out. I also kind of understood. I don't want to sleep in a spider room. So I let her sleep downstairs on the couch. Mm-hmm. So then the next night hits. She's downstairs on the couch again because she's like, where's that spider? I couldn't find it.
You should have pretended that you got it.
I know. That's what Phil said. He goes, go outside, even look for a dead spider and then bring it in. That's how far he went. And I was like, I didn't do the right steps. So I was like, okay, fine. And then Ace was like, what? It had 24 hours to crawl from Lola's room to my room. So then he was like, I got to sleep downstairs. So honestly, for 4 days straight, they slept downstairs. And it was
Where did they even sleep?
On the couches. Playroom couch and then living room couch. So I literally was in my bed after they went to bed. But it was fine because I was going to sleep anyways. I was so tired. I just watched TV and fall asleep in bed. But the point is 4 or 5 days of that, I waited until Phil got home. And then I was like, go in there, We cleaned off all the sheets. We did a whole like look everywhere. She finally was back in her room last night. No, I needed Phil's help. I did not do it on my own the right way, and I just let it get too far. And I was like, honestly, if Phil never came back, would we never use that room again? Like, maybe. I don't know. So
the bugs. I
hate spiders.
Spiders are so gross.
It's like, where did it go? I don't know.
I don't want to deal with that.
Okay. What's your low?
Well, mine was just I was exhausted.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I lumped them.
Okay. Yeah.
But I will say, I think I'm on a pretty good run. Like, no major lows.
That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
Some weeks the low is the first thing that I fill out in the Google Doc.
The spider
for the last couple weeks,
pretty quick to my.
I feel like I'm doing just fine.
Good. Well, I mean, that's a great feeling.
Totally. Now it is your topic today. Do you have one?
Yes. My topic is you and I always send things back and forth to each other. And we got to the point over the last 7 days that we sent so many articles and things back and forth that I decided we should do another smorgasbord of the month.
Oh, great. Of the things that we pebbled to each other.
Yes. And so these are kind of from the last week and a half, but they're all like just happened, pretty fresh to happening.
Yeah.
And I liked a lot of the things that we brought up together. So I was like, let's just do a smorgasbord again. Smorgasbord. I go,
August,
you go.
Smorgasbord. Okay.
Exactly. And I do think that this is kind of it's kind of like hot topics, you know? It's like, I think monthly we should continue to do this.
I like it too. I'm just going through our text to make sure I know what I sent you. I see that you put some down here in the doc. So, okay, we'll kick us off.
Well, one of the things that I sent you was an article that recently came out, and I saw it a couple different places, which is something that we've talked about before. Women are leaving the workforce at a more rapid rate.
Yep.
So I think it was January to June. Each month it's been going down, and it's been doing this for years. COVID kind of had a spike up with people working because of remote work, I'm assuming.
You can work remote. Yeah.
Now that things are starting to go back to the office, things are getting a little bit more strict. Things are getting more expensive. It was saying the average price of childcare right now is so extreme that people's salaries don't keep up. The math ain't mathin'. So I just thought we should talk about that a little bit more because, you know, we do work, but we are working from home, which is great. But it's just frustrating that women are leaving the workforce, whether they want to or not, because it's not mathin'. It's like frustrating. Well, if that's your choice, great. But it feels like people are kind of being forced to do it.
I saw that the cost of childcare on average is higher than college in-state tuition of a public university now.
That's right.
Which, like, you know, call it $12,000 to $14,000 of tuition. Childcare is more than $1,000 a month all over the country. And it's like, yeah, like if you start thinking of jobs and then post-tax income, it's like, it doesn't make sense for a lot of women.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I don't know.
The post-tax is
the other thing. Yeah, it is a thing. This is what kind of gets me going. And I don't know how you feel about it, but out here in Silicon Valley, there's a lot of return to office happening right now. And it was, you know, post-COVID, there was a year or two of like 1 or 2 days. And now I feel like there is this big push to, you know, 4 or 5 days back in the office.
Yeah.
And this is why women are dropping out. Like, to me, it's like, of course. Because the rest of our life doesn't work with that schedule. The kid drop off at school, the parent teacher conference, the doctor appointment. Like, you can't run a family and be in an office 5 days a week.
No. And if there's no flexibility,
unless you have someone doing it for you.
And then you start to think like, what am I missing out on that somebody else gets to be a part of? Because then it's not just like you're missing out on a couple things. You feel like you're missing out on a ton of things.
Yeah.
Because it's everything. All of the school events. We talk about, you know, we did a whole podcast on why the school schedule hates working moms.
Yeah,
but it's true.
Like
it's
now,
like,
but now it's like why do bosses hate working moms?
Right.
And the thing that honestly just pisses me off is this belief that women or remote workers are gonna like not work hard. To me, it's like, tell me you're a white dude without kids, at least within,
or like
those
you have
years.
A wife at home that's doing it for you.
Well, true. But like, tell me you're not a primary caretaker without telling me you're a primary. And I just, again, it's like, there's such an archetype out here of either the CEO of the tech company is like some young guy who doesn't have kids yet and has no empathy for parenting.
Right.
Or it's some old guy who doesn't have kids that age or had a stay-at-home wife and is not dealing with the pain of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, or just this belief that's like, we can't trust people. Like, you need to be in the office. It's like, do you know how many freaking hours I wasted commuting in to that office? And like, I know for a fact I'm more productive because I can also like prioritize my time perfectly. Like, as the boss, when you're in the office, you get pulled to talk to everybody about everything. And I just feel like I actually am so much more productive from home.
There's no harder worker. There's no more harder worker than a primary caretaker because they're taking care of so much. They can multitask better than anyone. They have things organized, dialed into a T. Like even your type B, kind of those jokes of like the type B, type C mom. It's like even those individuals kind of joke about it, but they're dialed in. They've got things going at the home that they know exactly what, it's like it takes a type of personality to be able to manage all of that. And I am the most efficient worker because I used to procrastinate more when I didn't have kids because I don't have that luxury anymore. So it's like I'm dialed in and have my day planned to a T with like what I need to do to be able to get it all done. And it's like,
but I get so pissed. Like I've been fundraising and people like will say, no, we're only backing companies that are not remote. And I'm like,
I thought that was interesting.
That ticks me off. Or I've heard, is this a lifestyle business? I never wanted to poke a dagger in someone's eyeball more. I'm like, what about what I'm building doesn't sound like a huge tech company?
Right.
Like, what about, because I'm a mom and I'm working remotely, you think it's a lifestyle business?
Oh,
F you.
I get like people who will be like, even just like peers. What do you do? It's like, well, I started this business with my sister and we'll explain it. And they're like, a lot of times it's like, well, do you have a full-time job? It's like, are you joking? That is the full-time job.
Yeah. They don't understand entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is like,
they don't understand it. And I think it's just because I'm a mom and I'm at a school event with them talking about what I'm doing. They don't take it as seriously, I guess.
They don't appreciate like the hours all over the place. But
so frustrating.
But we have a couple of people on our team that aren't parents. I do think, and I feel strongly that this is true for all people, not just parents. But when you trust someone and they're good, judge them on the amount of work they get done, not on the FaceTime in the office, which is total BS. Like I know so many people that commute in, show their face for a couple hours, and then commute back to beat the traffic and then still work from home.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what a freaking waste of time. And it just tells me you don't trust them.
And it's burnout too. It's like that person's not as happy. They can't be. So like when people
some people want to go to the office, and like if I was in my young 20s and I needed a social network, I totally get it. It's like there are times of my life I've preferred in office. And so I'm not like everybody has to be remote. I think also we're talking about tech. Certain roles do not work remote. Like
I have a lot of friends who are nurses, doctors, retailers.
God bless them.
I was
doctors.
Just going to say, we left a whole, we're just talking specifically about our industry. However, the cost of living, I go to that, is not mathing for individuals anymore. That's why women are leaving, which is like, my salary is not paying for, after taxes, childcare plus enough to make sense if I'm missing all the stuff. Like, and it's just frustrating. It's like,
right.
And we've lost 3 percentage points since January through June. We'll continue to decline month after month. And it just feels a little unfair in the female perspective because it's like, usually, this is a generalization, but usually if somebody is staying home, it is most of the time the female that chooses to stay home with the kids. And whether that, some of it's by choice, some of it's by how much you're making. I won't go into that nugget, but it's just a little frustrating because it does feel like you have to make a decision for your family. And it's really frustrating that you would have to choose if you wanted both. It's just not mathing.
I know.
Ugh.
And I just kind of, I have a saying, which is like, I don't want to burn a lot of energy getting mad from the bottom. Like, I want to just make our company so successful and be in a power position to then change the culture from the top where, you know, I have all sorts of ideas about, but it's like, we got to get women in those top seats. We got to get parents in those top seats.
Yeah.
And you'll see the level of empathy go through the roof.
Totally. All we can control right now is the culture of our company and continue to just fight that good fight.
But honestly. I feel bad. I really do feel bad for women in companies that are now asking them to have no flexibility.
I know.
Because it's like, it's tough.
And the last thing I'll say is it goes hand in hand with the conversation we had a couple podcasts ago, which was like the mental decline of females, unfortunately. I think they go hand in hand. So.
Okay, well, that's actually one of the things that I sent you. Let me pull it up here so that I have it. But I thought this stat was a little bit bananas. Okay. I sent you an article about youth sports. But there was a 2025 National Youth Sports Parent Survey that parents are spending 3 hours and 23 minutes per day supporting kid sport activities. That includes driving, prepping meals and snacks, attending practices and games, coordinating logistics.
Yeah.
And additionally, parents are volunteering for another 4 hours a week for concession stand timekeeping on top of that.
Or like coaching or whatever it is. Yeah. I 100% live that life. So that statistic is completely accurate to what I'm seeing. And I still have young kids.
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
That's actually nuts.
That's nuts. I don't even think that's including when you go down the rabbit hole of travel sports or whatever. We're just talking basic kid sports are getting so insane.
Well, my whole like Instagram this weekend, back on it, was people posting from the first big soccer tournament. If you pay comp level competitive, like the highest level soccer, they had this like massive tournament. And literally it seemed like everybody spent all weekend there. So I'm sure that those weekends, you know, of like 12-hour days, each 24 hours, like is boiled into these numbers. But it's like, I don't know. I just keep being like, we already were tight on time. And then it's almost like this expectation that this is what good looks like. And you're not a good mom unless you're doing hours of kid activities. And I'm like, drop that kid off and come back home or go run an errand.
Well,
like,
when you're
why
young,
are you saying that practice?
When they're young, it's really not an option until they get a little bit older. Like, I think Ace is now probably drop offable, but like there are a lot.
You don't drop off Lola?
No.
You stay at her soccer practices?
Yeah.
She's in first grade.
Yeah, but that's not every parent stays. There's one parent that's staying per kid there. And also, usually I have siblings with me. So I bring the paints. I bring the other stuff. So like I entertain the kids or snacks.
You gotta change that, girl. I drop Cal off.
No, I mean, we
have a culture where, you know, the coach even said, you can drop off.
Yeah, that's not our culture yet. I think she's probably a year away for that being the culture here.
Why? What do you do that she needs you for there?
Good point. I mean, it's
just
not the culture. The coaches are parent coaches still, and they're like parent coaches. I think that
they want the parents there?
I think they need some of them, at least some parents, to help them with all the kids.
So to me, there's different things. There's the parent coaches, and there's a couple like assistant coaches that help with practice. And that's a role, and they stay, of course. And I will say, even in Cal's last week, a few of the parents stayed the whole time too. So I'm not saying it's 100%, but I so appreciated the coach going, hey, you're welcome to drop off. Right.
I also logistically, that doesn't help me a lot. The practice is 45 minutes to an hour sometimes. So it's like, what am I doing in between there? It's almost like, maybe if I sat in my car and worked or something, or sat outside and worked, I can do that. I've done that. But like, it doesn't logistically make sense all the time to like book it back. It's a 15-20 minute drive. What am I I mean, I'm just going to get back and go back. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It depends where you live from the field.
Yeah.
I will say ours is like 5 minutes away. So it does make sense. I'll bring my computer and work in the car, or I'll run an errand. I'll go to Trader Joe's and like get groceries done in the Gap.
Yeah.
But that helps a ton, is like, so maybe we just have to encourage drop off culture.
I think that does just naturally happen when your kids get older too. Like, I think
I
you're
know, but I
talking
think
9U,
this is part
10U
of it,
people
though.
get dropped off.
I know, but I'm saying 7U. Let's go.
Yeah. I think
They're
it's also based on
fine.
kid. Honestly, like, I'm surprised Cal lets you leave sometimes. Like I have moments where like I see other kids, not necessarily my kids, but they're you know, they're having I think
Listen, I know there's
a separation issue.
I know there's different situations for different kids, but I'm saying just like on the whole,
Yeah,
let's
culturally.
try to release the anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing: is I hear you, and I know that like it's pretty easy for one of my kids to dial in on one sport per season. But
Yeah.
when you have a kid who really wants to do a lot of different things, we're still cutting back by doing 2 sports. We're cutting back and like feeling like, oh, I wanted to do this too. I wanted to do this too, which is just ridiculous. But Ace loves sports. Ace and we just put a lot of like, I mean, we are at practice a lot now and we're back in it fully. And it's just basic stuff, but he loves it. And it's time consuming. I just don't know how to change that because we're not even like talking anything crazy, you know.
I just think like it all contributes though to the mental health of the mom, to the 3.5 hours a day on kid activities, to the I don't have time for all this other stuff, to the I now have to just brainwash myself at the end of the night because I'm so exhausted. So let me scroll Instagram. Like it all is connected. It's all connected. And I know I was like frustrated a little bit. Maybe this will be my low, but it's like this summer we had a bit of a culture where the neighborhood kids are outside playing. And I was really hoping to see that carry over. And for us, I've tried to limit the sports. So we have many days during the week where we don't have anything.
No one's around.
And no one's around. So I had emailed the neighbor and said, okay, well, what's her schedule? Like, are there any days where she has free time that she could hang out with Grace? And their schedule was truly Delulu. It was like, well, she has, theater Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday until 5:30. And then she goes to swim after that. She's doing fall swim. She's got that a couple days a week. And then she goes, she could potentially come over Wednesday after dinner. Or there's one slot on Thursday before she leaves for swim from, there was like an hour and a half maybe slot. So I took it. I'm like, okay, well, let's see if we can get them together on that one slot on Thursday for a little bit. But I was like, this is the problem. It's like the whole thing has gone over. So then they don't have friends to play with.
Yeah.
So then you're fighting screens because there's nothing else for them to do as opposed to the get outside culture. Well, it's like, it's all related.
It is. And look, I will say that I feel pretty dialed in with our schedule. So we're just flowing with it so far. We're not burned out yet on it. But like, I feel like I have a good schedule. But where I start to get overwhelmed.
How many nights a week do you not have anything?
Friday night and sometimes Sunday night. And that will change if we have baseball stuff come up. I know it's a lot. But I have 3 kids and they're all doing stuff, But like, here's what I'll say is I'm fine with my schedule. We've got it down to a little bit of a science so far. We're not bad with it. And there are times before and after the practices, they're still getting out and playing with their friends. Like our neighborhood is delightful for that. We still have kids out and they're playing before and after.
Yeah.
But I get a little overwhelmed with trying to plan mom things or family things that have no association with our schedule currently. It's like, hey, do you guys want to come over for a grill out? But we're planning it 3 weeks in advance. That I'm like, oh, something's come up. We got a birthday party. We got this. It's hard to squeeze it in. And that's when I start to get overwhelmed. Not that I don't want to do those things.
Well, there's no space.
I don't have space for a lot of other stuff. And that frustrates me because I am a social person. And we still will figure stuff out. But it's hard.
But then you start burning the candle at both ends to try to fit fun in because it goes on top.
Totally. That's the stuff that drops where you're like, nah, I can't make it. I'm so sorry. Like it's just.
Well, and you're not alone. And I hope you don't feel judged at all. Like the reality is like, this is how modern parents are doing it, which is, and I think a lot of times it's really well intentioned. My kid's excited about something. I don't want them on screens. Like, I want them to have every opportunity. Like it is truly coming from a place of like nothing but love.
Right.
And like, what are we, standing for if not like parental love?
Yeah.
Like it is just so coming from the right spot.
I don't think I'm doing anything wrong. I think it's what is perfect for my kids. Like I don't think they're doing too much, and I don't think they're doing not enough.
I know, but
it's still overwhelming when you have multiple kids. It is. Let's move on. Oh, we're never going to get to any more topics.
No, I'm just like, how do we change it?
Yeah.
And you're saying you don't want to change it is what I'm hearing.
It's hard for me to change it because I don't think we're doing too much, but it still takes a lot of my time.
To me, it looks like too much, to be honest. And I don't mean that in a judgy way.
I have a kid who really feels already like he's not doing enough and we're doing 2 sports. And like you would say cut back to 1, but he's already saying, I want to do the other one now. Like he would do 4 sports if I let him because that's his enjoyment. Like
there's no way to do a sport 1 day a week as opposed to the 3 or 4 days a week.
Once you get committed, it's not overwhelming. It's like 1 practice in a game. 2 practices in a game for one other one, but like one's somewhat optional. So it's like, it's not that much. But then when you add my second kid who's just doing one thing, 1 practice in a game, plus a class for the little one, it just is,
I know there's something every night.
It adds up. I think it's just the multiple kids. And here's the thing is I have always wanted to be sports mom. Like I enjoyed growing up on the ball field with you and our family. Like I have good memories of like, I've always wanted to be a sports mom. Like, I don't want a minivan, but like kind of that vibe of like, I'm packing the snacks and we're going, this is fun. Like I have no, I guess I'm kind of all into it. It's a stage of life for me. And then it will pass when they get a little older and they're able to get themselves to practice.
I just worry, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking as a society. Because I think you're describing what a lot of people feel and you're not alone. And I'm honestly right there with you. I might be just like 1 click back, but it's not like I'm not a sports mom. I'm a coach. I have multiple kids and multiple things. I don't have 3 kids. I do think that is a factor that I have a lot of empathy for. And of course, like people should have as many kids as they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's directly correlated to the mom mental health, I think. And it's directly correlated to us feeling like we don't have time to hang out with friends and like have that community, like time to build the parent community. So it's like, as a society, like maybe this is the right trade-off. I love playing sports growing up. I think it can be good for kids, and you do a good job of still getting unstructured play in their day. Yeah. I think that's like a place that kind of gets hit on a society level.
And I really try to make that happen.
Snack, you got organized sports. And the kids are like, the survey data from the kids is like, we want more unsupervised, unstructured in real life play.
Yeah.
And, but that doesn't mean you're not getting it if you also do organized sports. It's just like, I think as a society, like that gets pinched.
Well, I think that's what makes it feel like we do so much. It's like when they're home from school, they have buddies over, and then we go to practice, and then we come home, and it's routine.
You're just there's no doubt.
There's just no downtime.
Yeah, there's no downtime, and I think it just contributes to the mental health overwhelm and the lack of a feeling like you have this mom tribe that you're going to wine night with on a regular basis.
What I will say is I've started to become friends with some of the moms on some of the sports.
On the teams.
Not all of them, but yeah, they're good, and like we will sit and our siblings are similar ages. So they're playing at the games, they're playing at the practices. So it doesn't feel so unenjoyable.
No, I know.
But
like
it does
tent for me.
When I take a step back and I'm trying to plan a couple things for fun just for me and I can't do it because I'm too busy, that's when I'm like, okay, I know it's hard. And like, I got to figure something out with that.
Yeah. Well, everybody's doing it 3.5 hours a day on kid activities.
I thought that number surprised me. If you can go back to 1 sport per season per kid, that's what to do. That's what I would say. I think that's like a fix.
Like the most competitive levels of this stuff is where it also gets truly bananas. Like we play soccer, but we don't play at the highest comp level. Right. So we didn't have this 2-day, 12-hour day tournament that everybody was at.
Yeah. Right.
And the travel and again, it's like, are you going to tell your kid who could make the comp level to play at the rec level? That's what it's going to take if we actually want to shift this.
Well, and the whole thing is, again, we're talking a lot about this, but then you have a lot of kids in the rec level that move up to more competitive. So the rec levels don't become as competitive, So like if your kid's really good or you have a team that's really good, but they stay in rec level, the competition is moving on to different places. And not that there's not enough competition to go around, but you do see that. That's why people move to a more competitive state, is they're seeing that group of competitive kids in that age range go to a different league. So then they're like, well, I'm going to go to that league too because we want to stay competitive. Like that's a huge thing too.
Yeah.
But it's the pressure. It's the pressure.
But let me this is a stat that I think speaks to that. That's in that same article. 70% of the youth athletes are quitting by 13.
Yeah. I think that's burnout. And I think that when you're talking travel teams and you're talking all this at a young age,
it's pressure. Mm-hmm. You feel, your parent has you in the comp league. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying for every family, blah, 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 but just in general, we are burning out kids with too intensive sports too young. They feel the pressure. They're exhausted. They don't want to do it.
Yeah. I think you just have to be self-aware with that as a parent and make sure you're not doing that to your kid.
Last up, $30 billion annually in the U.S. spent on youth sports.
Yeah, it's insane.
Run by for-profit companies, often private equity backed for-profit companies. And I actually get really pissed out here about this. We have the soccer league. There's one called Next Level, Mustang Soccer. I'm coming at you. It is a fortune to play. Each kid, I think this year was like $1,400 for the rec league. I was appalled. You pay 6 months early because you register so far in advance of the league. They take your money. It's like the camp thing all over again. But it's why has the cost of these camps gone up? Why has the cost of these sports things gone up? It's
people are paying it.
People are paying it. And it's but again, it's God, we're losing the plot here of what this should be for most kids.
Totally.
And the fraction of these kids that go on to play in college is so minuscule.
I know.
You think you're going to get a scholarship? You think your 8-year-old needs an Instagram page for their NIL deals? I cannot with this. I really am as a college athlete, I'm your kids suck. They're not good athletes. They don't have the fundamental body type that are going to play college.
It's true that the kids who are dominated at a young age are the bigger, taller kids mostly, and the fundamentals aren't there. And as the fundamentals start to develop, those kids lose being front runners because now everybody who's developed the fundamentals and the base are coming up, and doesn't matter your size anymore because everybody's starting to meet up. There is no fundamentals early on with it's not correlated with who's really doing really good in youth sports under, was it U8, U9? That's just facts.
Well, and it's the early specialization. Read this book called Range. It's so compelling. The data is laid out, but these kids, I just watched the World Series Little League.
Yeah.
These kids are, under 13. They all have Instagram pages for their NIL. They spent thousands and thousands of dollars to be there. It's really a microcosm of unhinged sports culture at a really young age. And if you track those kids, how many of them play in high school? A lot. How many play in college? Not that many. How many play pro? None.
Yeah.
It's
or some, but yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, it's not correlated. It's not correlated to the pro athletes.
I know.
That's my exact point. The data is clear as day in this book.
I know.
It was so compelling, but it's you're good at 11. Who effing cares, with all due respect?
Right.
That's not getting you into college.
Okay, we're losing the plot.
Okay.
We've gone on for too long on this topic.
Okay.
Cool it. Take a deep breath.
Okay,
I'm going to move on. I was going to have another topic that was a little more serious. I'm moving on. How do you feel about weighted vest for our age bracket? I really
Do you know what
want...
it's called? There's a name. Rucking.
Rucking. I really want to be a rucker. I want a weighted vest, and I want to walk around my neighborhood with the weighted vest, but I don't, because I don't want to be put into that box because too many people are making
What box?
it.
I feel like Taboo is off on this one. Listen, this is the new online dating. Get your rucking vest and get out there.
It's literally you have hit 40 and you are a mom if you are walking around with a weighted vest. I see all these moms, and then you do a high five.
You got bone density. You got bone density if you're rucking.
I
see them all over in my community, and I love it. I'm that's a good workout. Good for you.
I want one so badly, but I'm afraid to join the trend.
Do it.
I'm lifting weights in the driveway. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, but the weighted vest to me just makes me feel it's almost like getting a minivan.
It's your minivan.
It's my minivan, and I'm no.
You
You think I can do it?
Listen,
we're going to have like a high five.
If a minivan made you hotter, it's not a minivan. A rucking vest is going to make you hotter. It's a better workout. It's a better fitness. It's stronger.
It's going to come out that it's severe back pain issues for all people wearing it. I know it. Like, it's like the cold plunge. You know how cold plunge came back and it's like females are actually cold plunge shrinks your muscles. It's like, this is going to come out and like,
no,
a year from now it's going to be like weighted vest actually like makes your back pain severely worse.
Follow the science. Follow the science. Now, I think you got to be. My friend ran in her vest, and she came to me, and she was like,
"She got pain.
Only for walking. Walking. Like, my body hurts so bad."
All right,
but every doctor would say great for osteoporosis and bone density, and a way to get like general strength training in while doing your normal walk. I'm on Team Rucking.
All right, I'm gonna get it.
If I wear UFOs, you know I'm on Team Rucking.
I know. That's why I'm not necessarily taking your opinion as Bible.
We'll start it there.
I know.
You know?
All right. I'm going to do
it. California's there.
I'm going to pull the trigger. I'm surprised I haven't. It just feels a little like I'm jumping on the bandwagon of something and like I want to be cooler than that. But I guess you're right. Here we are.
Here you are. Can we talk about something else that is very cool in my book?
Yeah.
Speaking of
as long as you don't bring up
older
kids
ladies.
Again.
Sorry, I lost my mind. I think I'm over caffeinated today too.
You lost the plot. Anyways, go on.
I lost the plot. This is what happens. I got back on Instagram for 1 week and it was all kids soccer tournaments.
Yeah, you looked at one article and then you got served a bunch of similar articles.
Okay. Badass women in their 40s. Ruck. Inspired by Venus Williams. Did you see that Venus Williams, age 45, back in professional tennis?
I did.
My hero.
And I loved it. I was like,
God. What a baddie.
I'm not a tennis fan. And I was watching part of her match because I was so into it. I was like, I heard the backstory. You can give the backstory, but like, I was pumped for her.
I'm dying to know if the real story is she had a hard time letting it go. It was her identity and she really missed it and she came back. What she said was, I came back for the health insurance, which made me die.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that?
Yeah. And I thought it was hysterical
that was so funny.
And relatable. And also like, even if it's not fully true, I loved it. I embraced it.
I laughed at that. Well, she won. She went into the DC Open, won a singles match at 45.
Yeah.
As someone living in a 42-year-old body, this is like blowing me away.
Yeah. I mean, that's good. I watched.
What an elite athlete. But she's going to play. She got a U.S. Open wild card. I can't wait. I'm like going to be following her closely, rooting for her. It's amazing.
She looked strong. She obviously was kicking butt. It is so motivating for our age bracket to say
it doesn't look like she's hitting the Botox, to be honest. She looked a little aged.
Well, I was going to say that next in the nicer way.
In a good way.
Honestly, yeah. In a
you're complete. I wish I could be you.
Yeah.
What a confident badass.
It looked like, I was going to say it nicer. It looked like she was playing someone half her age. And if she probably was. But I was literally watching her going, oh, she actually is 45, but kicking butt. And I loved it.
Well, this is why you're front of house and I'm back of house.
Yeah, we've established.
But Venus, we love you. You're totally inspired.
It really inspired me. It inspired me. Now,
you know, when you're like reading something and you kind of get like a little bit choked up, you get a little lump in your throat. That's what this story did for me.
Listen, I want to come to a story right after this that is a little bit sadder, but with the like Venus Williams as the positive. Like, hopefully we can pivot back to this. Like, she's a great role model. I sent this to you. I don't know if you saw the reel of the dad posted a video of his daughter singing along to Olivia Rodrigo's song Isn't Pretty Enough, I think is the title. Okay. Have you heard this song? And it was basically like his teenage daughter singing the lyrics, pretty emotional. And the like caption was like, Dad was brought to tears, understanding what it's like to be a female in this society that we grow up in right now. Mm-hmm. And the lyrics are heartbreaking. It's basically like, pretty isn't pretty enough. I want to put on makeup to cover up my face. I want to skip lunch. Can I have cake at birthdays anymore because of my body image? Like, the whole thing is a very heartbreaking but real story. Mm-hmm. And I was crying listening to the song, thinking about way back when I was in high school, how many of my friends were dealing with body image issues and eating disorders, and it's not gotten better. It's gotten worse. And now I have 2 daughters, and it just breaks your heart.
Mm-hmm.
And we live it. We're females in society. So I don't think it comes as a shock to me, but seeing it from the dad perspective who's blown away, it really was heartbreaking. And I love that we have people like Venus Williams, who isn't hitting the Botox, and they're fucking kicking ass at 45 to be a role model, to say, you don't have to fit into this box or be pretty or have a certain body type or be whatever people want you to be in order to be successful in this life. Like, it just, like, I'm going to cry right now thinking about it, honestly.
I remember reading this, like 9 is the peak of girls' confidence. Ugh. And that one like devastates me as I think about having a 9-year-old. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is the age when all of those outside influences start coming in. Mm-hmm. And it is just like a total gut wrencher.
It's just so heartbreaking.
I know.
And you see, I don't know, like my daughter's super into like clothes and stuff, and not in a superficial way yet. Like, it's literally like she just likes fashion, and she likes still being in the girly dresses. It's like
a creative outlet for her. Yeah.
Totally. But she likes being in the girly dresses. It's not yet the like, I have to wear Lululemon or whatever. It's like, she likes sparkly headbands, and she wants to wear, and she's so confident most of the time. Yeah. And I see already at 7, first grade, having some like girl issues, like friend, totally normal little drama. So-and-so likes me one day, doesn't like me the next. Yeah. Her defense mechanism is a little bit like, I'm going to be sassy back if someone's mean to me because my feelings are hurt. Mm-hmm. And we're working through that. And I just like hold her hand. We just had like this conversation the other night at a birthday party. And I just held her hand and said, I always have your back. But you need to be the one that is always kind. So no one ever can question whether or not you were the kind one, Right. And it's like, it's the same thing. It's like girls go through friend drama so young, and girls are catty. And as you get more confident, as you get older outside of high school and stuff, that stuff becomes less important to you. But our kids are just now going into that. They're going to have friend drama that we can't control. They're going to feel this beauty pressure that society is putting on them. Like, and it is so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to support her more than what I'm doing, which I think is just be an open space for them to talk and be open with you. But like, it just breaks my heart. That video made me so sad.
Yeah, I know. And not to go on like another high horse after I already did my sports thing, but it's like, it is access to content. Yeah. It is delaying, like what used to happen at 13 is now happening at 9. We've heard that when we were doing our interviews. It's like, the Sage Haven motto is like, keep them young, keep them kind, keep them safe. But it's like, it all plays into this.
Yeah. Keep them young as long as possible.
Keep them young. Keep them young. Yeah. Also, you and I are so similar. I'm laughing. You got choked up over a song, and my obsession this week is a song that choked me up. Like, we kind of are the same person living parallel lives. I'll just do it since it like is a flow in here.
Okay.
Have you heard the song "I'll Be There" by Jess Glynn? I sent it to you. Did you end up listening to it?
I had not heard it until you sent it to me. Okay. And it also, it brought me to tears.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
I recommended it to a friend, and she's like, oh, you haven't heard this? And I was like, okay, I don't pretend to be cool on music.
Yeah. But also,
I actually heard it when Grace had a playlist going, and I like literally stopped her. I go, who sings this? This is an amazing song.
I hadn't heard it before you sent it to me. I'm also not cool on the music.
Helps.
But I just want to go on a note that said, you sent me a song and I listened to it right away. I send you a song and we still are questioning whether or not you heard it.
Text me with it. I don't go on Instagram that much.
Text you with it.
No, you didn't.
The Frank Forrest song, for like months I sent it to you.
Oh, we're totally, okay. But that one, I apologize. And now we're on team Frank Forrest. In fact, this morning, we listened to Frank Forrest all the way to school to pump us up.
Just feel good music.
Now, my Frank Forrest judgment at first was because it's a Christian.
That's why I said, I even prefaced it in the text. It's not because
I know. But that's not how you sell something to me.
Yeah. I was like, listen, you're going to love this.
I do love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. Yeah. And we listened to it today and we have a whole playlist. So you got there and I should have trusted you.
Well, listen.
You had a bad sales pitch.
You inspire me because look at my nails. Your obsession last week was this nail color and I got it. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But this song, I'll Be There, we're going to have to cut this into a Sage Haven something because to me, I was just like thinking of parents. But to your point about Lola, it's like, I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
Because you can listen to that song in like a love interest way, and it probably makes more sense with the lyrics. But like if you listen to that song and think about your kids, oh my God, Waterworks for me.
Totally. I'm such a softie nowadays compared to what I used to be.
Well, that's motherhood too, isn't it?
Totally.
I cry so much. Yeah. Like lump in my throat, sweet song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, very, very sweet.
All right.
Got anything else?
Yeah, I got one. This was I'm going to go back to the more, it's not boring by any means. It's exactly why we created Sage Haven, but I just thought we needed a break between sport, anger, and this one, because this is going to get you going too.
Oh no. Okay. I'll cool off. Let me have some water and get some.
Okay. Take a sip as I tee this one up. You have seen this because I sent it to you. I think you've seen it. Have you read it? So but basically the Attorney General of Louisiana is suing Roblox. And this is not the first lawsuit that they've come across. It's just the most recent one that I saw, which is basically they're suing them because of the lack of safety protocols for kids specifically. And I just came off a weekend where one of Phil's buddies was in town for their golf trip, and he came over and said hi to the kids for a while. And he has older kids, 13, 11, and 9, I think. But long story short, he's in hardcore. I've let my kids do Roblox, and then I found out how toxic it is. And now I'm trying to like backpedal. And it's just truly, you have gone on this rant before where it is designed with the incentives do not match for kid safety. And it is just, there's no way to protect your kids from seeing things that could potentially harm them or horrible worlds in Roblox. So it's almost like no to Roblox altogether. And and I was excited that somebody was suing them again.
Know, but it's minority. 75% of 9 to 12-year-olds are on Roblox multiple times a week.
I know.
You guys probably all know about Roblox, but it's a sandbox game. So anybody can make any game and then advertise it to people like within the meta world of Roblox. So there's some good games on there. This is like what makes everything blurry. And Grace is like wants to get on there to play one game, and the game she wants to play is totally fine. But I know too much after doing all of our research. Totally. And to me, there's two issues with Roblox. There's the addiction piece, which is you make money when people engage with your game. So anything monetized around engagement just creates incentives to build addictive experiences. That's one piece that I don't love. Yeah. And the other is just the safety, which this lawsuit I think really speaks to. Yeah. But yeah, almost 200,000 online enticement reports. And it's primarily coming from Roblox. So these sexual predators are out there trying to chat with your kid, acting like kids, getting information from your kids, getting pictures from your kids. Yeah. Exploiting them when they get information, blackmailing them. And it's like, it's just unfreaking safe.
Well, what I will say to close the loop on this is I am really anti-Roblox. Everything I've learned from you and from research that we've done, if you are in it, well, I was, again, Phil's friend, we were talking about this. I said, it just has to be a conversation, and this goes with all tech. You need to really create a safe place for your kids to be able to talk to you about everything, because the blackmail stuff is so real and happens way more than you think. Yeah. And if your kid gets blackmailed or even accidentally, has trusted somebody and sent their address or whatever, the knowledge to let you know as the parent and not be fearful of what they did, whatever it is, or what they've seen, what they've been exposed to, whether it be their choice or not, they need to just have a safe place to be able to tell you everything. And if you can create that, it's going to help with all tech issues, because you cannot control by parental controls what's happening in those games with Roblox. You just can't.
No. I know. Interestingly, though, to me, Roblox feels like the YouTube, which is, again, YouTube has some amazing stuff on there, some educational stuff, some, I want my kids to watch this kind of content stuff. Yeah. And I tried so hard to get just that content in front of them. And I was manually going in to delete shorts because I don't believe in these short format videos. I think it creates more addiction. So I was literally manually deleting these videos on a regular basis. Like, I can't imagine most parents would be this deep in it. every creator they wanted to watch, I would like evaluate, I'd watch videos and I'd decide. And I was like, okay, I'm going to let you do this, but I'm going to like really be conscious about how.
Mm-hmm.
And these dang creators keep cross posting other people's content. So like I'll approve one creator and then they're posting content from another creator on, like, that's how they get more followers, is like they post each other's stuff. And so much of not that creator's content was coming into these feeds that I just killed it again. I just said like, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed trying to maintain this.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of content in here that I did not approve. So I'm going to pull this back. And I understand if you want to watch YouTube at times, you can come ask me and I'll sit with you and we can watch like a specific video if you hear about a video from your friends or something. But this is too hard for me to maintain and feel good about. And I'm taking it all the way off. So I took it off their devices. I took it off the TVs.
Yeah.
So we're now back to 0 YouTube because I tried, and I feel like Roblox is, and again, I haven't actually let my kids play Roblox yet. So I don't have any hands-on experience with, you know, how good the parental controls are, but I've seen a lot of stats that like things labeled as mild are not even close to mild. And
there's no way to protect them like you need to.
They have 15,000 new games a day. Yeah. You can't protect that. You can't moderate that. You can't. So anyways, you know, stuff's going to sneak through. So to me, it feels like the same vein of like, you can do some things on Roblox to try to protect your kid. You can look at the games like I was trying to do on content. You can set your chat preferences to only friends. And then you got to understand every handle of your friends to like make sure they're actually only talking to real people. But it's like the bar is so freaking high. It's so much easier to just be like,
Listen, and I just say that I hear this all the time and it triggers me. Oh, my kid's too far gone, or we're too far gone as a family. That drives me nuts. Pull it back. We don't do YouTube. You know, we pulled it back. Right. Pull it back. You can pull it back. Same thing with anything. It's like messaging. We talk about this all the time. Oh, your kid's on iMessage, so you don't feel like your kid can use Sage Haven. Like, pull it back. It is possible when they're in those early years to stop what you have already done.
Well, I think people don't understand they actually, like, all they need is a new number and they can still be in the same group chat.
100%. There's no difference except a protective layer for you when it comes to messaging. But I'm just saying with anything, like you don't have to just say, oops, never mind. Like, it's like, pull back, just try. It will take, you know, there will be issues with your kids. They're not going to be happy with everything that you pull back on. But you are the parent and there's no guilt. I'm just saying, like, let's just try to do our best. And like, you can pull back if you need to.
Well, I just pulled back YouTube. So there's a little inspo. All
right. I love it. You got anything else? That was my last one, but I feel like we should end on something a little bit more positive.
I got a positive one, I think. Okay. I was reading, I'm getting more into Substack, but I was reading a Substack from, we'll post because I want to give credit, by Bree Groff. Okay. And it was a most days parenting theory that I really liked because it was like, how can we like stop having so much parent guilt, mom guilt? And I actually got triggered a little because Mel Robbins was all over my Instagram feed telling parents, before you blame your kids about their tech, you better check your own.
Oh, I hate that line, Mel.
Come on, Mel. I'm going to let you.
Yeah.
But
let them judge me.
Yeah, I was just like, total lack of empathy to all the things we do on our phone. But I like this most day theories because it was like anything you could kind of add most days on the end of, which is like, I do a pretty good job. I do a good job managing my kids' screens most days.
Okay.
I keep my cool with my kids and I'm like, they know that I love them most days.
You know what it's giving? Did you see that Meghan Markle, where it's now become skits? Like, it was a podcast she was on where she had this thing she thought was so profound, which is like, yet. If you put yet on the end, it changes everything. And it was like,
ew.
You're not successful yet. You're not skinny yet. You know, like... And they did so many like versions of that for comedic like value. Spoofs. Yeah. And I laughed at every single one because it's like, I get the concept. It gives a little of that vibe, like most days, but I think it's like less cringy for some reason for me.
Well, hopefully it's just like, you're doing a good job And like one slip up here or there doesn't mean you're not a good mom.
Yeah.
That's like the theme of this, which is like, hey, most days I'm so patient with my kids and I'm crushing this.
Which
Every
is
once in a while, I scream at them.
yeah. Listen. Oh, that reminds me too. Last
It's
week
like lower the bar here, people. Lower the bar to most days.
Yeah, we're all in this together most days. All right, let's move on to our tech tip.
Okay.
Take it away.
Well, this drops. We always record usually on Monday and then drops a week later to give our lovely editor time to get it all whipped into shape and get social clips ready. So by the time this drops, we will be releasing a parent tech talk kit. And we're very excited about this because after we put out our guidebook last year, we had a lot of requests to be like, hey, can you come speak to the parents at my school? So I'd say for the last 6 months or so, we've been doing this kind of here and there where we'll go into a school, talk to a class, a grade, multiple grades, a whole school. We've done like different versions of this, but we've learned a lot through these. So we took those learnings and like, just like, hey, who had the best of it and what did they do? And how can we make this something that's scalable? And like one of the reasons parents told us they were nervous to like start one of these, they're like, well, I'm not an expert. How could I host one of these if I'm not an expert?
Right.
And I'm like, the best events were not an expert educating parents. The best events were ones that just got the conversation started and everyone feel like they could share. And this is a topic that everyone lives and breathes. Like you don't need to be an expert to be like, what works in your house?
It's essentially like a book club for tech talks. It's like, okay, you can just all have your own opinions, but somebody's kind of queuing it up a little bit with
you're just hosting the event and getting it started.
Right.
So we put together this tech talk kit. It does have some printouts if you feel more confident, like with the stats around this. But I really think it's got conversation prompts. It's got recommended invitations, itineraries, best practices of the event itself. How do you take an event and then turn it into action? Again, we've seen great surveys. We've seen great documents that are like collaborated on. We've seen different versions of commitments and how people like get commitments from different parents to be like, I'm going to try to do this. Right. And it doesn't need to be this very stressful, like wait until 8th pledge. I just know I've heard from so many parents of 3rd, 4th graders, which is like when the tech really becomes center stage, who feel nervous to make a huge pledge for something that like they don't know how they're going to feel about this when their kid's in middle school.
Right.
All they know about is like what's right here and now. So I think we've really oriented this parent tech talk to be like, what can we agree on for this year for this group of people? And maybe it's not, maybe some parents come in hard charging and go, I don't want any phones. And maybe other parents don't feel the same. And our whole point is like, there's no agenda. It's just see where there are places, you know, is it a phone delay? Is it a messaging delay? Is it a social media delay? Are we just committing to being conscious about this and setting up parental controls? Are we committing to just ask questions about it and keep the conversation? It can be so many things, but I think hopefully this kit just lowers the bar for normal parents who care to host a talk with the people in their community.
All right. So let's move on to obsessions.
Okay.
You had already mentioned your obsession.
So what's yours?
So my obsession is I'm coming off a weekend with a lot of soccer, a lot of outside sports, and it is 90 something degrees. There is a heat advisory here. And I have been wanting one of these for a long time. I finally pulled the trigger in between games. I literally went to Target.
Please don't see one of those bubbles that people sit in.
Although I'm intrigued. No, not that. I got a neck fan. And it is awesome. Sarah, our sister, had this. She went to Holiday World with it when we went to the theme park.
Oh, I did see her wearing that.
And so you kind of like put it around your neck and it's a fan. And it was a game changer. Game 1 did not have it. Game 2 had it. So much better.
So you went to Target in between games to
in
buy
between
these.
games because it was so hot. I also bought the kids the spray fans that like for the old fashioned like spray with the
We have those too, although it seems to break every year. Do you have a good one?
No, I mean, I don't know. We just bought it. It's still working a couple days in, but they loved them. And so, and they were super cheap. I mean, I think it was under $10. So it's like, I don't expect them to be perfect, but the neck fan was $29.
Okay.
And I hope it looks pretty sturdy. So I think that it will last many, many seasons of different sports. But I finally pulled the trigger and I love it. The only issue I have with it is that the name I don't know if I'm saying it right per the usual, but it's basically Jizz You Life.
No.
It's JISU Life. And so I'm like, how else do you say that? Jizz your life up with the fan. I think the marketing could use some help.
Call us.
Also,
that is alarming.
Somebody please tell me how to pronounce it. But if I am thinking that and I still spell it and you're still thinking that, something's got to give.
You know what it reminds me? I'm wondering if this is like not an English as a first language brand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a Chinese person who makes these devices, like it translates to something different.
Mm-hmm.
Chris used to get his hair cut at a place called Good Head.
Yeah, you've told me this before.
I just think it's the funniest thing ever.
It's so bad. It's like, how did somebody sign off on that and say yes?
I know. And it was, definitely
available. It was available name.
I'm surprised it was available, to be frank. But anyways, I was like, you can't go there anymore. That can't even show up on our credit card. That's going to be... He since switched to Great Clips, but I just had to laugh.
That is funny. Well, and it's like jizz your life neck, like
Okay,
but I love it. What a game changer fan!
Wow.
And listen, it looks like a good brand. It looks,
okay,
it's working.
Sometimes
so far.
You just gotta jizz your life.
Jizz your life up with the fan and keep you cool.
I love how you keep trying to get fan in there.
I know.
All right, let's wrap it up. We so appreciate reviews. Please give us 5 stars. Please share it with your friends. Follow us at Sage Sisters Podcast. Follow us at Sage Haven for Kids. And follow us at Sage Parents online at all the places. And thanks for being here. We really appreciate you.
Lilas
Tan.